Here recently, I've been asked about what a one-stick fire is and why you should do it. Well, if any of you guys have been out in the woods when it's real wet, you guys have seen me split wood before. You've seen me use, logs, split them down into smaller pieces and then get them down into your pencil lead, your pencil, and your thumb thickness. If you can do it with one stick with your preferred tool, I think that's key, and that's where practicing really pays off. The tools that you use are going to determine the technique you use a lot of times. For this drill, what I like to do is I use a metal match, and I'm going to use my bushcraft knife, and this one's my Soldier River. It's my go-to knife from Is. Great knife, can't say enough about it. But I know a lot of people, some people prefer a Mora, and there's nothing wrong with that. That will work great. Some people prefer a machete, There's people that'll put different grinds on there. Pick has an excellent video of putting different grinds on his machete and using that for a lot of bushcraft stuff. He's a real expert with a machete. Some people I've seen prefer the larger kooks, the bigger choppers, and there's nothing wrong with that either. But they all have different techniques. If you really want to challenge your skills, I suggest trying your smaller axes or your hatchets. So for this drill, we're only going to be allowed to use one cutting tool, a metal match. All of our fire prep is going to come out of one stick. This happens to be a piece of basswood. I'm going to get all my tinder, kindling, and fuel out of this and make a sustainable fire with one tool and a metal match. I'm also going to use a stick to baton with, and I'm going to use this for a platform. Right? So if anybody wants to see videos on these other ones, just give a holler. But for now, we're just going to use the Soldier River. Alright, we've gone over this before. I like to take my wood. Now I'm going to start batoning it down. If you want to get real crazy, you can even time yourself. But be sure you're being safe about this. All right, I want to get her down into manageable pieces. And once again, this is an easy wood to work with, this basswood is. If you want to challenge yourself, go outside your comfort zone a little bit. Try your mulberries. Try your oaks, your hickories, something that has a little bit more challenging. All right, so we're getting this split down pretty good right now. About out of the batoning stage. We're getting there. I can do some of these by hand. When you're doing this, always do it safe. Ooh, God, we got a tent stake. I'm going to get these down. You have to do all these like this. No, you can leave a few of them for your fuel size. I like to get them down. Alright, once we get them to there, look, got one more here. These are about our thumb-sized fuel pieces. Okay, that's quite a bit of wood. From here, we start breaking them down. There's some of our pencil lead sized. Or pencil size, I'm sorry. We get some of these split down. Once again, I've done this a few times. We're doing this in practice for a very wet environment. I was in the Boundary Waters not long ago, and it rained and had been raining for a long time. There was a lot of people that were stuck using their backpacking stoves or not eating real well because they couldn't keep a fire going. You keep your wood split down, it's going to burn a whole lot better for you. Even some of these bigger ones, you can do that technique, drive the knife in and split it. It takes a strong knife to do that. Different techniques for different tools. Bushcraft knife, this works pretty good. about out of our pencil size stuff here. All right, that's a pretty nice little pile of it right there. But now I'm going to start to get into my pencil lead stuff if I can. So I get it a little smaller. Keep them as long as you can. This stuff gets a little bit more hectic. The smaller you get. Not going to be using that for much anymore. So maybe a brace. And we'll rob a few of these because they're pretty small. Alright, we'll split a couple more of these up. Alright, that looks pretty good. My hat's a little damp, but that's alright. We'll do some shavings. This is another good thing to practice with whatever tool you have. Shavings can be the difference between getting your fire started and not getting your fire started. This will let you know how good you are with your tool. So far, you can see the skills that we've practiced so far are going to be batoning, with any tool is important, splitting, and now we're doing some fine stuff. A little bit of fine work. Alright, I got that. Now I'm going to take one of my pieces, and make some scrapings. A few more, just so we got enough. Nothing's worse than not being prepared. Alright, I've got my fire prep, got a brace. I'm going to use my metal match and my knife. Little tiny flame. Don't need a whole great big one yet. Once we get that flame burning through, got her burning through. Wood ain't gonna burn in piles. You don't want to one stick it. You want to put all your stuff on there at once. And that's our one stick fire drill.